We like to believe we are the sole conductors of our inner orchestra, the masters of our mental domain. We imagine our thoughts as a single, obedient stream, flowing from one point to the next at our command. But is that truly your experience? Or does your mind feel more like a crowded city square, filled with voices, memories, and sudden impulses, all competing for the microphone? Ever notice how one thought is cruising along, a clear and focused idea making steady progress, when, bam, another memory, a distant worry, or a completely unrelated idea barges in and hijacks the steering wheel? You're left wondering, what was I just thinking about? This isn't a personal failing. It's a fundamental feature of your brain's incredible architecture. Here's what's going on, and a simple, powerful hack to reclaim your focus. To understand this, we first need to correct a common misconception. Your brain doesn't think with a single neuron. A solitary neuron is like a single letter of the alphabet, meaningless on its own. It doesn't store a complete memory, an idea, or a feeling. Instead, it thinks with small networks, what neuroscientists call ensembles of neurons, firing together in a specific, synchronized pattern. These ensembles are the words, sentences, and stories of your mind. The memory of your first bicycle isn't in one cell, it's in the coordinated dance of thousands of them. And here is the crucial part. These networks are associative. When one network lights up, representing a thought, it primes its neighbors. Neighboring networks that are related by experience, emotion, or meaning are now more likely to spark too. This is called spreading activation. This design is the very engine of creativity. It's how thinking about an apple might lead you to Isaac Newton, then to gravity, then to the stars, and finally to a new idea for a science fiction story. It allows for leaps of insight and unexpected connections, but for deep, sustained focus, this same feature is a liability. It's terrible for focus. Your brain's natural tendency to explore makes it difficult to stay on one path. This problem is magnified by the strict limits of your conscious mind. In your working memory, the mental scratchpad you use for immediate tasks, you can hold only a few items at once. Typically, just 3 or 4 distinct chunks of information. So, if a new network fires, like a random memory, a notification from your phone, or a sudden worry about an upcoming deadline, it competes for that limited space. Scientists call this phenomenon cognitive interference. The result? You lose the thread. Your original thought is displaced, pushed out of the spotlight of your attention. And it's not because you're weak-willed or undisciplined, it's because your brain is a magnificent exploration machine, designed to explore possibilities, not just execute commands. So, how do we work with this design, not against it? How do we gently guide this exploratory marvel toward a single point of focus? This is the single focus mind hack. The goal isn't to silence the brain, but to teach it which signal matters most, right now. We can't literally think one neuron at a time, but we can adopt the principle. Think one network at a time. Here's the 5-step process. Step 1. Label the target thought. Before you begin a task, you must give your attention system a clear, unambiguous destination. Define the single neural network you intend to activate. Be specific. Not just work on report, but draft intro for report. Not do finances, but review Q3 balance sheet. Not family stuff, but call mom about weekend. This act of naming is incredibly powerful. It stabilizes the neural ensemble associated with your task. Your brain's attention system, governed by the prefrontal cortex, loves a clear tag. It's the difference between telling a search engine to find stuff versus neuroscience of focus. One brings chaos, the other brings clarity. Step 2. Externalize strays. Your brain will inevitably generate trespassing thoughts. The key is not to fight them. Fighting a thought is a form of attention, which only strengthens its neural network. Instead, you will calmly and respectfully acknowledge it and then park it somewhere safe. When a trespassing thought shows up, "Oh, I need to do the laundry," don't suppress it and don't engage with it. Simply write one quick word in your parking lot list. Laundry, idea, email. This simple act of writing it down tells your brain's limbic system, this is important and it won't be lost. It satisfies the urge to remember, which reduces the need to keep rehearsing the thought in your head. You've outsourced the memory, freeing up precious space in your working memory. Step 3. Narrow the inputs. Your environment is constantly sending signals to your brain, each one a potential trigger for a rival network. To keep your target network dominant, you must curate your sensory world, reduce competing signals, silence your notifications. Each ping is a neurological invitation to switch context. Clear your desk of everything except what is essential for the task at hand. Close extra tabs on your computer. Each open tab is a visual cue for a different neural network. By creating a Spartan environment, you give your brain fewer rival networks to choose from. You are making focus the path of least resistance. Step 4. Breathe and reset. Even with a perfect environment, internal static, anxiety, restlessness can still create interference. Your breath is the remote control for your nervous system. Take one single slow breath. Inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 6. The slightly longer exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest mode. This doesn't require a full meditation session. Just one breath is enough to shift your physiological arousal, just enough to quiet the noise and let the focus network win the competition for your attention. Step 5. Micro-commit. The final step is to overcome the inertia of starting. Don't commit to finishing the entire task. That's too daunting. Commit only to a tiny, manageable slice of time. Work in focused, 10-minute blocks. During that block, keep a single question in view. What's the next tiny step? Not the whole journey, just the very next footfall. Is it opening the document, writing the first sentence, finding one statistic? This creates momentum. Each completed tiny step sends a reward signal in your brain, reinforcing the active network. This is a principle known as Hebbian learning. Neurons that fire together, wire together. With each minute of focus, you are literally strengthening the connections in your target network, making trespassing thoughts less and less likely. So, let's recap the cycle. Label your target, park the strays, narrow your inputs, breathe to reset, and micro-commit to the next tiny step. This isn't about forcing your mind into submission, it's about creating the conditions for clarity to emerge. It's about giving your brain the gift of a single, compelling signal in a world of noise. Remember, it's not literally one neuron. It's one network, one goal, one next step. Do that, and your mind stops chasing every intruder and starts finishing thoughts. It rediscovers the profound satisfaction of completion. Try today on something small. Organizing a drawer. Replying to one important email. Reading a single article without distraction. Then, once you feel the quiet power of this method, scale up. Apply it to your most important projects, your biggest goals. In the universe of your mind, clarity doesn't come from seeing everything at once. It comes from choosing one star to navigate by, one network at a time.